Hey, look at me being out of practice. Good morning, guys. Monkeying around with a couple of things here on the show. So new graphics, as you can see, a little bit of a new intro there. Got some stuff going on, and one of my scenes went to the wrong scene. So anyway, good to be back. It's been a while, huh? Yeah. Last week was really cool. I'll give you a quick little recap of that. I was down in California doing some filming. And I got to see, I was talking to Alfredo last night. I got to see, and I thought to Jeff too, actually. I got to see real studios. Like I was down in California doing some filming, and I got to be inside of a real studio with like the actual soundproofing and the actual like microphones, and watched how they film like shows. And I got a ton of information out of that. So look for some changes here on the show a little bit, just because of the things I learned about how to put things together technically. And you know, maybe we'll do a little bit of a round table with some of the guys that are running channels, and I can share some of the things that I saw and learned while I was down there. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back in the saddle over here. I got a lot of great. By the way, thanks everybody for all the "Where are you?" emails. I got a ton of like text messages and stuff, and like, "Hey, we're missing our coffee and crabs." It's like not normal when you're not here. So appreciate that. It's cool to hear that we're appreciated. So that's nice. So what happened while I was gone? It looks like Craig from Old Bay beat up on Chiro a little bit. Matter of fact, Chiro ended up with a big goose egg at the end there. So we have a new champion in Friday Night Fights, which is really cool. So that's going to happen this week. We have to get in touch with Eddie, eHydra9. He's our next contestant. And actually, Eddie was one of the guys that first tested it with us way back before we was even called King of the Mountain. Eddie was one of the first guys that was helping us test the format out, so hopefully we can get a hold of him quickly and make sure that we are set for Friday night. That's going to be great. The grudge match update tomorrow night is going to be round 2 of the Chiro versus Chris Sideshow Gamble grudge match, and Chiro won round 1, and if you remember how we're scoring that, we're scoring it based on percentage of bankroll, right? So Chiro he made 40%. And Chris lost it all. So the score is 40 to negative 100 right now. So Chris got some work to do. Tomorrow night's 3-shooter challenge, $5,000 bankroll, dark side play allowed only. You got to be dark side player tomorrow. So that's tomorrow night's game at 6 o'clock. I'll let you know who's dealing it, but it will for sure be played through the ProCraps channel. I'll put the video out today as far as the alert goes, but it'll be on ProCraps channel tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I'll let you know who's dealing it later. It doesn't matter who's dealing it yet, but that's the time, that's the thing. It'll be every other Tuesday. So we're trying to get this grudge match thing to work out this way. Here's the reason. Every other Tuesday, there's 5 challenges. We're on challenge 2. If we go every other Tuesday, round 6, which is the final round, will land perfectly in time to be done in person at Casino Quest during the 24-hour Crapsathon, the Craps for the Cure telethon. So I'm trying to get that all to line out perfectly so it lands right in the date. Now, bookmark this, but don't buy plane tickets yet. Bookmark November 18th, that weekend, Friday the 18th. I think it's Friday the 18th. Friday the 17th or 18th, whatever the day is. That Friday of that weekend is the plan for the Crapsathon. Flying into Vegas, my plan is to fly in Thursday. Probably gamble on Friday a little bit, but Friday night at like 7 o'clock we'll start it, or 6 o'clock maybe we'll start it. We'll go all the way through to Saturday at 6. We'll be at Casino Quest is the plan. I'm not sure if it's going to be at the mall location or if it's going to be at the school. We haven't decided that yet. I'm working with David and Dennis right now to figure out for sure the days, for sure the times, and for sure the location. So don't buy plane tickets yet, but that's our plan, is to do it that weekend out there live. You all are welcome to come. Everybody's welcome to come. I've got some really cool events planned. We know we're going to do, for example, Chris and Chiro's final thing will be there for sure. David from Casino Quest challenged me to a one-on-one. He's like, I want to play against the math guys. I want to play like my way, my crazy dealer way versus the math way, and we'll see who wins. That's going to happen. We'll have some dice throwing challenges with Ronnie, and I have lots of cool ideas. Folks have talked to me. We've had some other cool ideas presented. So if you got a thing you want to see us do at Casino Quest or during the Crapsathon, let me know. Just drop a note into the chat. There's a Craps for the Cure channel in there. If you have an idea for a thing you want to see, a challenge. Like one thing I thought of doing, and I was talking to Alfredo. And by the way, Alfredo's a fantastic guy. We had a nice conversation yesterday. One thought we had was kind of a pass the rack sort of thing. So remember when Chris did this way back? One thing we thought about doing was like having 8 guys at a table, and like the first person buys in for $100 with his own money, and that's considered to be a donation, right? So if you're going to do this, you're donating $100 basically. You buy in for $100. You play for whatever length of time, the shooter or whatever it is, I guess per shooter. And then whatever you got left in the rack, you pass to the next person. Let's say that it's me, right? I start out and I win $150 or something. Well, good. The next person gets $250 in the rack, plus they buy in for $100. Now there's $350 in the rack. So we've each donated $100, but the rack is now bubbled to $350. He plays on the $350, and around the table it goes. And at the end of it, whatever's in the rack gets donated. So the more we can win, the more we can donate, kind of a thing. So that's an idea that we had. I had an idea of like doing a YOLO shot every hour. So 24 YOLO shots and just kind of build up that bankroll. And the end of the day, that gets donated, kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about is things along those lines. Ideas you have, just let me know what the ideas you've got. If you got a YouTube channel, obviously you got to be there. You got to be there so we can get you promoted, right? And we can get everybody like together at a table. Like it'll be awesome. So that's bookmark the date. Don't buy plane tickets. Let me confirm with Casino Quest that date is firm and it's ours, and then I'll let you go ahead and book stuff. But we should know. I'm hoping this week, today or tomorrow even, that we'll have that conversation and be able to lock that thing in. So that's happening. On my other channel, the Pro Craps channel, I keep saying this, we're gonna have a party one of these nights. I'm gonna have a cocktails and craps. Somebody put it in chat, where's cocktails and craps? I haven't done a cocktails and craps in a long time. I gotta bring that show back at some point. That was fun. The cocktails, and for those of you who are new, relatively new to me, coffee and craps, like this show here in the morning, we're just farting around, right? We're just like, I have plans every day, but it's really just talking about craps. The cocktails and craps show that I used to do once a week or so, just pour a couple of drinks, and I would sit here with my small table, the one that's over here that you can see, and just kind of lay bets out there and work through strategies, and like not actually like roll them out, but kind of just like think through things. And I've got a good idea for that, actually. I've been working with the jackalope a lot. Like that's one of my new favorite ways to play, as you know. The jackalope, I love the squeeze play, I love the skill 66. I'm trying to find ways to work them all together and make things work. The jackalope, though, specifically with bet scaling, I think I want to do some scaling with that one, and and it's going to just literally be sitting here talking a little bit about like how the scales work. So I may bring that show back at some point. If I do, it'll be on this channel, not on the Pro Craps channel. Most things I do that are going to be live like that will probably live here, not at Pro Craps. I'm really trying to build up the casino gaming channel. As a matter of fact, that's a good segue because I want to talk about where does casino gaming TV go now? So casino gaming TV it's really growing slow, and I know why it's growing slow. We're at 670 subscribers. It's primarily because everything we do is live. This is basically a TV station. So everything we do here is live, which is great for y'all. But as far as YouTube concerns, that's the worst thing you can do. And I was telling Alfredo this last night, and I'll tell all of you, if you got a channel, going live is great, but you gotta unlist the videos when you're done. And maybe that's the mistake I'm making here. I wanted these to kind of live on this channel, but if you leave your live videos up, what happens is people don't watch them. Or they watch the first 5 minutes of an hour-long live, and YouTube says, oh, that video sucks because people aren't watching the whole thing. So it hurts, and that's why our channel is growing so slowly. But I've got some ideas for this channel, and I want to walk you through them here. And I think when I do my Pro Craps kind of party later on, we'll talk about that too. I want to talk to you about what my plans are for this channel, okay? This show in specific, I think we're on a pretty good track, right? I believe that what we're doing now with our daily paycheck is fun. You guys seem to like that a lot. I get a lot of good response to that, and we're gonna keep on doing it. The Daily Dose DI, fun. It's controversial on purpose. I do it because it's controversial. It gives you guys reason to yell at each other in chat. I think it's fun. It's a fun deep dive into like this random thoughts. I'm not trying to teach DI, I'm just trying to talk about it. The opinion segments that we do, the here's the deals, the craps 101s, the answering a viewer question, those are gonna stay. I think it's part of it. I keep squawking about getting guest hosts on here. It's hard to do that because I go at 8 o'clock Pacific time. People on the East Coast have jobs and they can't be a guest host with me and I want to do it for like a week. I can't get you to be on here because you work. West Coast people are on the way to work for 9 o'clock. So I'm having troubles getting my guest hosts really figured out the way I want to, but I really want to have the show be less, like half of me doing the segments and half of me with a person, at least every so often. I think that's going to be a fun thing for us. But this show's going to evolve a little bit, right? And I think changing the graphics is one thing and changing the intro is one thing, but I want to evolve the content because it's got to be valuable, right? If you're going to give me an hour every morning, it's got to be valuable time. I want to make sure that we're getting goodness out of it. And I think bringing in guests is going to be a big part of that. As far as the channel goes, I've got a couple of goals here, and I want to be completely honest with you. This is really hard. I really wanted to do the Crapsathon from this channel. Like my heart and soul was into like, let's do the Crapsathon from the CGTV channel. I was hoping against hope to get to at least 1,000 subscribers before November. We're not going to do it. We're not going to get to 1,000. And the reason why 1,000 is important is because you get quote unquote monetized from YouTube. You can make money. You can do super chats. During the Crapsathon, taking super chats is easy, right? Hey, donate some money. You put your money in the super chat. I can take that and I can move it over to the charity. That would have been great to do. We're not going to have the subscribers here to get it done, which is unfortunate. The next level up is 10,000 subscribers, where you're allowed to, at 10,000 subscribers, not only have super chats, but have what they call, I think it's called YouTube giving or something like that. But we can designate every super chat goes directly to a charity when you're at 10,000 subscribers. That's the magic number for that, right? We can say the American Cancer Society gets all the money. When I say to you, I dare you to donate $50 if I can get a roll of 7 right now or something, and you put $50 up, it goes right to the ACS, right, or the AHS. It doesn't go to me at all. There's no middleman. That would be magical. We're not going to get there this year for sure. Casino Quest is there. They've got 100,000 subscribers, so we're going to run the coffee or the Crapsathon through Casino Quest, and let them take the donations for it and run that through there. So it'll be live through their channel, not through my channel. But that said, I got to find a way to get us to the point, get this channel to the point where we have the 10,000 and can do that like next year. So that's going to mean more shows. And it's going to mean me doing a lot of legwork to kind of find people to run shows. Here are some of the shows that I'm thinking about for Casino Gaming TV. And again, some of these I've got myself in mind for, some of them I have other people in mind for, but I want to do a weekly series called Tales from the Dark Side. I want to get a lens, this is a flashlight. I want to get a flashlight or a lens put on dark side playstyles. Maybe playing at the table, maybe just talking through it. But I want to get some of the dark side minds that I know are out there together and have a pure dark side show. I've talked about Toro about doing a show, he and I, that's a Siskel and Ebert type of thing. Like just having fun, looking at videos and kind of, doing some comparisons and that kind of thing. I want to bring back the dealer show. I'm having a hard time finding a dealer who deals multiple games, for one, and has the time, number two, because dealer schedules are kind of crazy. So that's a show that we all liked, but we couldn't keep it together. So we'll keep working on that. I want to expand into sports. And I got to tread lightly here because one of my best friends is Jacob from Wager Me This, who does sports betting, and he's got a service for it. So I don't want to bump into his toes at all. He does some free stuff. I thought maybe we can get him on there to help him do his free stuff, and we'll figure out a way to work with Jacob on sports betting. But a side note to sports is DFS, the Daily Fantasy Sports, and fantasy in general. And we have somebody among us who I think wants to help run that show and be that person, which is great. That's going to be our first thing away from Craps will probably be fantasy and daily fantasy at that. So that's going to be our first, like, spreading out. And then I've got some people who do some roulette and some BJ that we can get in as well and do some different gaming theory as well. So that's kind of where we're at. This channel, I got to get other games on it. You all may not love that, but that's okay. We're going to bring a different audience in for some of those things. But we got to get there. We got to get to the point where this channel can take the super chats and use that for donations and, channel improvements, and we can pay the creators and that kind of thing. That would be a great thing to get to. Really, it's the 10,000 because I want to get that perfect donation conduit going, where your super chat goes right to the charity, and you can run that all year long. I can run that charity thing all year, so everything that happens on the channel all the time you can say, I want to donate to the whatever, the National Problem Gambling Council, or you want to donate to the Heart Society or the American Cancer Society. Either way, we can put that on the shows, and you can just go, money goes right there. And that way there's no, like, I don't want to touch the money in that case. So that's the plan. This channel is going to expand soon. I just got to, work through it. And it's a big vision, and it's going to take a lot of legwork. So I appreciate you all being patient with me today talking about it. But in the future, as I'm farting around trying to get things to work and bringing people in, it's going to be awkward and weird for a little bit. I thank you in advance for dealing with some of the growing pains that I expect us to have here. And in the meantime, we're going to be a little bit jumpy around. So there's my CGTV 2.0 strategy here. If you have ideas for shows, if there's things you want to see, if you're a creator and you want to host a show, or you want to have your lives be here so they don't hurt your channel, whatever you want to do, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm John@procraps.net. I'm on Discord. Jump in and talk whenever you want to. Now, one of the things I'm going to start doing for the ProCraps channel, through this channel, as you know, some of these things, the daily dose of DI, for example, my opinion pieces, those things all end up at the ProCraps channel. Right now, I cut the segments out of here and they go to ProCraps because it's kind of fun to have the crossover. One of the things I have on this list here is this top 10 list idea. So what I want to do is do like a top 10 list every week or 2 weeks, whatever it is. And it can't just be me. I've got ideas, right? And what I want to know from you right now, don't put it in chat. You can put it in chat if you want to, but I'm going to miss it. Put it in Discord. Go to Coffee and Craps on Discord, or email me, John@procraps.net. What's your favorite badass craps move? Like, that's the first top 10 list I'm going to put. What's the best badass craps move that you can think of? Okay? And here is a few ideas. These are not necessarily going to be the top 10s, right? This is just a couple of things to get you started. The skill 66, badass move, right? 66 to 88 to 44. Or 66 to 88 and down, right? I did this over the weekend probably 4 times, right? I went to 66 across to 88, pulled it down on that next hit. So 2 hits, that's $50 in my rack, right? Super badass move, right? The squeeze play that the Casino Quest has put out. It's a 2-hit strategy. It's a badass move. It's not a press to the ceiling strategy. They make it that, but really the move is 220 to 320 and back to 160, right? That's the boom, two hit move, cool move, right? The ricochet, love that move. You know me, I love the ricochet, right? It's a badass move. It's a way to get your don't set without hopefully worrying about, too much risk. It's a great move, right? The 6 or 8 press and pull, great move. What's your favorite badass, actual badass? Now, Duracell, come on now. The Seahorn Bedhorn is not a badass craps move. It's a fun thing, right? But it's not a good money maker. The hard way parlay, hell yeah, that's a badass crap moves when that works. That's fantastic, right? But think about like the cool shit that you've seen people pull on the table. Like, whoa, that was awesome. Like another example, a $25 6 or 8. I love that move, right? 25 pays 29. It goes right to 54, which is a proper bet. It pays $63, and you're down for a $95 profit or $92. That's what a great move that is, right? It saved you $5. You're still basically racking a black. Like, think about your favorite like one hit, like this to that, you're out kind of move. What is it? What's the best awesome thing? So, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna do a whole show. That's the 10 badass moves, and we're gonna show all the badass moves out here. And I'll make that a thing on ProCraps. We'll do that thing together. So that's what I want to hear from you guys. So I know you all have got really cool, awesome stuff that you pull, right? Yeah, so here's like TCS, right? 6 and 8, $30 down, drop $1, collect 60 and make them 18. Those are the kind of things I love. Like, just what's your boom? And like, what's like, you have your rack set up with like your buck ready to go and you drop it in. Like, those are the things I want to see. So give me them all. And I see y'all are chatting them. I'm going to lose the chats. I'm telling you right now, it takes a day for the chats to come back online and I'm going to lose them. So please, John@procraps.net, or drop them into the Coffee and Craps channel on CGTV's Discord, and I'll start collecting them. And what I'll do is we'll let you guys vote on them. So we'll start voting on the moves, and maybe like I can have a segment where I run the move all week long, like run the moves out, and we'll see them, and then we'll start voting on them. But as a group, then I can do a show that says, here's the top 10 badass crap moves that the group has decided on. We can do that with the top 10 don't pass moves, the top 10 whatever, the 5 things you hate about all those things. That's the plan. A little bit of a collective genius here, if you will. So that's what's coming up, I think, for part of this show, and we'll do some of that on the ProCraft channel. So there's, again, a little bit of what's happening. What else is going on? Let's see what else I have on my list for today. And by the way, I've got a hard stop today again at 8:50. So we may not have time to get, I'll try. We may not have time to get our daily paycheck today. We'll see. The daily dose to the eye, I want to address this question. I'm actually going to switch over to the small table view to answer this, but the question is, why the spinner and not the winner? Somebody actually asked me that question almost word for word the other day. I talk all the time about my throw. Now, last couple days after my trip, I went down to Oregon, actually Saturday. I flew back here Friday night from California. I went to Oregon Saturday morning because Zach and I went to a concert on Saturday night, another concert. Can you believe that? Went to a concert, and on the way down, I stopped in at Alani, our local casino that's on the way to Oregon, and played for like 45 minutes, right? And great, I'm not gonna bore you with the details. It was a great session, I won money. And I went down to see Zach, we went to the show. Yesterday, went to the sports book, played for like 45 minutes, met a subscriber down there actually, and again, in and out, quick hitter, done deal. And I have another thing to ask you about that in a minute. But people were again, whenever I throw the spinner throw at a casino, I get all the looks, right? I get all the looks. The dealer's like, what are you doing? The box person's trying to see if I'm cheating. The players are like, what the hell is that? And somebody said to me, why are you throwing that? Because he was throwing the regular way. He's like, why don't you throw the way winners throw, right? Just exactly what he said. He said, if you're going to take all the time to do the setting, why not throw it the right way? And I want to talk to you about that. So let's go to the table real quick. I want to actually dig into this because I think it's interesting. Let's make sure I'm zoomed in here. And I'm going to try my best to explain my goofy theories here, which are, I know, goofy. To me, it's all about axis control, right? You talk about these throws being on or off axis. When you're in, a normal hard way set where you've got, let's say that I do the 4s on top, right? What do guys talk about? Being on axis, right? You got to keep the dice on this, whatever plane, this x-axis they are, but they can hit and they can split and they can go this way, and you got multiple things to deal with. Right, you have the X, Y, and Z axis. The dice can go, forward or sideways or whatever. When I throw the spinner throw, I only care about one axis, right? And that's the thing I like about it. There's one less variable to worry about because when they're stacked and they're spinning like I spin them, the only thing I really care about is the top and the bottom. You know this, right? I say it all the time. I only care about that one axis. If they spin sideways, I don't care. If they spin forward, I don't care. As long as they only spin over one time, I'm good, right? I've only got to control enough energy to worry about one axis instead of 3 with this throw. So to me, it's an oversimplification, and that's why I do it. I feel like this is the best way for me, not for everybody, but for me, to control the one thing I think I can control, which is how hard to come off that back wall. And I just care about if it does that, or if it does that. That's all I care about. And if it does it this way, it doesn't matter, or this way, I don't care. As long as I just get it to be here or there. That's all I care about. It's one less variable. And again, my simple brain feels like humans can't control a whole hell of a lot. There's a lot going on here with these throws. Reducing the variables to me makes the most sense. And that's why I throw this way. It's the only reason why I do this. It's an attempt to control the one axis, not 3. I have to worry about 1, not 3. And that's why, to me, the spinner is the winner, to coin a new phrase there. My throws over the weekend were good. I think I had one time where I threw a 4, one of my throws. Everything else was 6 or 9, and I made money on myself every time. So it's doing its job, right? And that's my POV on the whole thing. So there's that. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to come back to a different topic here. And let's actually go here. I'm going to go ahead and roll out a little bit. So here's your Crapsy code. I'm going to get Crapsy fired up. I'm going to go ahead and get the roll tracker fired up here. And I want to ask you a question. So there's your code. And remember how I do Crapsy is different than everybody else, right? I do Crapsy different on purpose because I'm John and I'm weird. I do Crapsy at Bubble Craps level. So if you want to buy in, I'm going to start the table right now. I'm going to reconnect now. I will start the table. If you want to get in and buy in, I'll give you $100. It's $1 minimum. So basically it's Bubble Craps. And I do that because I don't care what your buy-in is. If you want to come in and get a rebuy right away and buy in for 5K, cool. You want to buy in for 1,000? That's dope. I don't really care. This is not, to me, I don't run Crapsy as a competition. I don't run it where you all have the same minimum and the same whatever. It's not a competition to me. It's a chance for you to play along with my rolls and test your strategy out, okay? So that way you can test at the Bubble Crap. If you're at $100 level, which a lot of people are, you want to play it on Bubble Craps, cool, play it for $1. If you want to go out and be like Vince and take a quick marker for 10K and really hammer something and test that against these rolls, that's fine too. I just want you to get a chance to test out your thoughts on craps or your strategies against my awful morning rolls. That's the idea here. So I don't run this as a competition at all. I just run this as let's just play and run yourself against me. So here we go. I'm gonna go, and what time is it here? Let me just double check the clock. I've got 8:32, I got about 20 minutes. We'll do our daily paycheck. And the question I'm gonna ask you, and this is the title of my video today, I may do another segment on this, but the challenge is, are you willing to leave on your last win? Okay, that's the question. Can you leave after a win your last bet, is how I titled the video today. And I found myself yesterday, so I won in all my sessions, right? What I did was what we always say we're gonna do. I hit goal. I hit my goal and I was short stacking it. I'm like, great. Matter of fact, the one time my short stack ended up being this. My short stack was so good, I went out and I was showing Zach the crossbow. So I went out here at an 85 and 10 and a $6 horn, right? I'll put it over here. You can't see it, but there's my horn bet. And that was my short stack. I had done so well. I'm like, hey, let's do this, right? And he was like, I was explaining the ratio and blah, blah, blah. And as I'm explaining to him, I was like, if this guy can roll, at least 3 numbers, we're out of this too, right? We'll short stack from here. And that's great, right? Guy throws a freaking 7. As I'm saying that, the guy throws a 7 and we lose this. And what I said to Zach was, I really don't care, right? Because although I would have loved to have won more, we were already at goal. I already had my goal stashed aside, and that didn't matter. But I ended up losing my last bet. I'm like, okay, screw it, now I'm done. All right, that was the end of it for me. I pushed up, and I'm out, and I'm like, okay, I'm done now. I lost my last bet. And a lot of us, I think, trigger ourselves by losing our last bet and not winning our last bet. To get to that nice big crossbow that I had a $100 win, right? And what I did was, I did the skill 66. I went 66 to 88 to 0. And the next shooter came 66 to 88 to 0. And I had won $100 and some on the couple of shooters there. That's what fed this. I'm like, let's try the crossbow. I was just trying to play around. And I burned it. It was kind of crappy to burn that. And that lead me to today. There's a big old rebuy. You got it, baby. So my thought today was, boy, if I'd have left then, where I was at goal and extra, I'd have been super happy, right? But I wanted to try something else out. And how often do we do that? How often do you go out there and the guy has a great roll? He's on an 18 roller. Cool, he makes his point. You're like, hell yeah, man. I got my stuff pressed up and I'm doing great. I made, $100 during the process and I got, 320 across now. And he goes out and he sets the point, 7's out. You're like, shit, I lost all of it. I left 320 out there on this dude. And in reality, he rolled 18 and you didn't make enough money on that, whatever. But you let the loss happen and then you got out. I do that all the time. And I think I'm going to challenge myself to when I hit goal and I have another winning bet, I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to see if I have the balls to pull it down and win my last bet and not let it sit out there and fester. So anyway, the daily paycheck for this week is going to be a version of the offensive line. And I'm going to play it on the don't. So the O-line, and again, I've got $5,000, 2,000 in yellows. I got 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 in blacks, right? So 3,000 in black, 2 in yellow. I'm going to run the offensive line, and the offensive line is basically the don't pass or pass. Either one doesn't matter, and it's a parlay press. Okay, I'm going to try and parlay press, parlay press, parlay press. I will not ladder these up. I could ladder. I may ladder. I don't know. When I first came up with the strategy, it was basically a ladder parlay and then a parlay press following that. We'll see how. I'm not sure I have the bankroll for that. But what I'm going to do with $100 here is this. I'm going to drop 300 out here, and we're going to go with a 150 lay on the 6 and 8, or the 5 and 9. And here's why. We're going to lay them both for 150. On each of these, 150 wins 100. Okay, so we're going to try and win $100 on each of the 5 and 9. So they come out 7s, we'll lose 100, we'll win 2, we're up $100. If the come out 7 doesn't happen, these come down. If they set a 5 or a 9, so what? I'll probably move it down as a lay and win it back on the lay. That's going to be the move. Okay, so we're either going to win on the come out 7, we're going to lose 150 and make it a lay bet on that same number, right? And we're going to move that bet along. That's the whole thing. Okay, can I win $500? My daily paycheck is $500. We're going to try and do it, and it's been a while since I've done it. I almost ran this at the casino yesterday. I thought about doing this, but again, I was only going to be there for a short time, and plays like this take a while. I knew we were going to be out of there in like a half an hour, so I played more aggressively inside to get in and out quick because I had to get home. So anyway, here we go. Puck's off. Let's move the puck so we can put our dice here in the middle. First roll. Here we go. And again, Crapsy, I'll call it out. I'll go as slow as I can, give you all time to get your bets in, but here we go. Let's get it out. We're going to be out on a point of 4. It's a hard 4. So here we go. It's going to be a 2 and a 2. It's a hard 4. And I'll keep the roll tracker going as well. Roll tracker update. We're at almost 1,200 rolls here on the random. I deleted by mistake. My practice rolls, my 1,300 practice rolls. I'm going to restart rolling with a new set from 0. I'm going to be hand entering in those 1,300 rolls later. They're not going to go away. They're just going to be slow getting in. All right, point of 4. Here we go. Dice are out. And it's going to be a 6. 5, 1, 6. 5, 1, 6. There's the roll. It's in. 5, 1. We'll put that in. Doesn't affect me at all. I'm just waiting. Oh, these lay bets, by the way, are down now. So I'll pull them down each time. I'll put them. Actually, you know what? I'll leave them up just so you can see them. But I'm going to put an off lammer. Even though you can't turn lay bets off, you cannot do this in the casino. You got to pull the bets down every time. For ease, we'll just leave them up there. So I've got to monkey with the chips. Right? All right, 5, 1, 6. Here we go. Next roll is coming out. Dice are out. Let's get this thing going. Come on. Come on, Crapsy. There we go. We have a 4. 3, 1, 4. So we're going to lose on the don't. 3, 1, 4. Our don't pass loses. Off to an auspicious start, of course. Back out we go. Now, the question is, do we ladder here or not, right? The original version of the strategy, I do ladder up the losses, but I won't ladder past level 3. I feel like if you get into that shape, you're going to be hurting. I'll do a ladder and a parlay, and we'll come back down to base. And I always want to keep resetting that base. So, all right, puck's off. Dice are out. Here we go. That was a quick point made on the 4 there, huh? There's a yo 11 yo. Yo 11, yo 11. My don't pass is getting crushed here, which is great. I hope we have time to get this rolling today. We'll see. I gotta have a class that starts at 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna go to level 3 here on my don't. Okay, dice are out. Here we go. Coming out. How about a come out 7? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? How about we got a 2-2 though. Instead, we got a 2-2 hard 4. That's a 2 and a 2. Okay, hard 4. Point is 4. We're doing okay out here. We have 3 units out there on that. 5 and 9 are off for right now. I'm gonna lock the rolls. Dice are out. Here we go. Anything but a 4. Or we can just get another 4. 3, 1, 4. Look at that. Look at us go. 3, 1, 4. Somebody say switch strategies. 3, 1, 4. I'm not going to switch. I'm not going to switch. We're going to stick to it. We're going to be hard-headed about this. We're going to see if the math works, right? What we just saw is variance, right? We got 1, 2, 3 4s in the last however many rolls that's been, right? That's a variant. We should be out of that trend at some point. These numbers will pick up for us. Okay, we're gonna go out ladder. I'm gonna ladder it like a crazy person. Let's go to 4 units up here and see if we can't make this thing work. Dice are out. We have 5K to play with. We're not really in that much danger. There's a 5, 2, 7 on the come out. So the bummer of this is that we're gonna lose 4 units and we're gonna only win 2 back up here on these. So should we be increasing these as we go? I don't know if that's the right move here. I haven't really done this strategy with the lays. Usually I run this strategy just the don't all by itself. So we won $200 back on these lays. We were at level 4. I'm gonna stay at level 4 here, but I'm not gonna keep, man, maybe I should move the lays up. I don't know. It feels like if I move the lays up, we're just gonna be fighting City Hall here. I feel like live modification here. I think I'm not gonna run this up. I'm gonna let these 2 feed that thing. I'm just gonna bring those back. And we're gonna try and just do this without the ladder. I think the ladder down here is what screws this thing up. So we'll leave it at that. 5, 2, 7, let's mark that up. 5, 2, 7, and a 5, 2, 7 there. I'm gonna come out. Let's leave it here. Let's keep our risk at 1 unit. If I'm gonna do this to win 200, I'm gonna keep this at 100. Total risk the whole time. I think laddering, that's a mistake when I'm doing this. If I'm doing this by itself, laddering it works. If I'm trying to protect it on the come out with these, laddering doesn't make sense. Okay, here we go. Dice are out. Another come out 7 would be awful nice here. Another 4. Look at the 4s. Wow. Okay, 3, 1, 4. Let's get crap seed loaded up here. 3, 1, 4. All right, that's our new point. 3, 1. Okay, crap seed's up to date. Give you a second here to change your bets. All right, here we go. Dice are out. There's a 6, 2, 8 easy. That's the first roll in a while. 6, 2, 8. That hasn't actually affected anything on my table. You guys are probably making money on that one, but it's been a while. So you had a number that wasn't a 4 or something bad on the come out. So there's your 8. All right, get your bets in. Here we go. Dice are out. Hope I give you enough time to bet. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Crazy town. Crazy town. 3 and a 1, another 4. Gee whiz. All right, 3, 1, 4. That's another point hit. We've hit 3 points of 4. That's pretty cool, actually. We'll stick with the 1 unit risk down there. We're gonna, this will catch up, I promise. I hope, I promise. I can't say I promise, I hope that it will. Here we go. Dice are out. Let's get the crapsy locked. There's a 9, 6, 3, 9, different point finally. So that's gonna trigger something, right? We have a 6, 3, 9. Let's see how this plays out. 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9, that's gonna be our new point. It's here, we lose our lay. So we're gonna go down 150. I'm gonna move the 5 as a lay on that 9. So I'm putting this whole lay bet thing at risk here. We're gonna try this out and see how this works out. So we're gonna, again, we saved our don't pass once. We got knocked off once. Let's go ahead and use that lay and see this. Again, is this a badass craps move or not? I don't know. It may be freaking stupid, but feels like it's the right thing. Here we go. Daily paycheck. Can I get to 500 bucks today? Here's a hard 10, a 5 and a 5. A 5 and a 5. That's a hard 10 all day. All right, there it is. Crapshe's up to date. 10 was the roll. And I'll have you go ahead and get your bets in. Give you a couple seconds here and let's get it rolling. I'll tell you what, it's interesting. And I say this all the time about craps. These strategies work great when they hit out of the gate, right? If you do a skill 66 and you hit it on the first shooter, you're fine. One like this, we've got knocked off our don't every single shooter in every way possible. You start from behind, the greatest strategy in the world becomes a nightmare to get through. There's an 8, 6, 2, 8. Fighting back is hard. That's the thing in this game that I think is the hardest thing to overcome, is fighting back from an early loss. When you put yourself in a hole like we're doing here today, it's tough to get out of it, right? I'm already down $1,000, right? I'm down, just about $1,000. So we got to make this work. Here we go, 6, 2, 8. Dice are out. I'm gonna lock Crapsy. Here we go. I think we were gonna end up being out of time today because of my work, but hopefully I can finish this roll. That's a 3, 2, 5. 5 the fever. No field 5. 3 and a 2. Okay, here we go. We're gonna lock it up. Let's lock up Crapsy. Get your bets in. Dice are out. Come on. Ooh, there's a 6-5 mid-mo. Yo. 6-5. 6 and a 5. No help to anybody. Looking for big red here for me. Y'all are looking for inside numbers. I'm looking for big red. This is the don't pass offensive line. We're just going to hammer the don't pass. I got to get a win. I got to win down there at some point. Dice are out. Here we go. Another one. There's another one. It's a 5, 3, 8. 5 and a 3. Bring the 3 up so you can see it. There's a 5 and a 3. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm not showing the other view. Let me get over here. You should be seeing this view. Sorry about that. I was on the wrong screen. All right, 5, 3, 8. Let's get our bets in. Dice are going to be out. Here we go. Give me that big red. Give me that big red. Come on, you can do it. Nope, not yet. Not yet. We're on a good roll here. We're on a good roll. 3, 2. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. Looking good. Set that point at 9, and we got 4 box numbers after the point at 9. That's great, right? You know me. The magic number for me is 5. The magic box number to me, 3 is a good break even, be playing for free. 5 is a guaranteed nice profit, right? So 3, even in playing for free. 5, good profit. This is the roll. If you're playing my right side way, this is the roll. This is the money shot right here. 6, 3, 9. Oh my God, look at me go. Who's the strategy breaker, me or Jeremy? 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9. There we go. Everything's up to date. Roll tracker, though, didn't take that entry for some reason. Why not? 6, 3, 9. Didn't take the 5, 3, 8 or the 6, 3, 9. There we go. Okay, now the roll tracker's up to date. Boom. Look at me getting my ass handed to me down here. Boy, oh boy. We had a don't pass win yet. Have I gotten paid down there one time? I don't think so. Wow. Okay, but again, I'm gonna limit my risk. So again, we're gonna do 150 on the 2 lays. Five and 9. All right, let's make this happen. At some point, don't's gotta win, right? At some point, the don't's gotta win. Here we go. Lay bets are active. Dice are out. Here we go. Get your bets in. Your final bets. What do we have? 5, 2, 7. That's good. Whew. 5, 2, 7 on the come out. 5, 2, 7 on the come out. That's great. Each of these pays $100. That's $200. We lose $1, win $1, rack a buck. That's actually a pretty good little exchange right there, right? That come out 7 wins me 100. And again, this whole strategy win me 500 bucks, right? we're down a couple of $1,000, but it would, it's if it works the way it ought to, right? You're all good. Here's a 12, 6 midnight does nothing. Nobody cares about the midnight. 66. There it is. Let's get your bets in. Crapsy has rolled the dice for you. Give you a minute to get your bets in here. I'm just gonna do a quick time check. 8:50. I got like 3 minutes here, so we're not gonna make goal here because of time. But let's go. Dice are out. Oh boy, 639. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try it. Well, we'll finish this point out, and then I'll have to go to work. 639. 6 and a 3. 9's made our point. We're going to lose our lay, which is fine. I don't mind losing the lay as long as we can get our 7 and make that back. Okay. Here we go. Dice are out. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so it's that kind of a day. Look at that. There's your roll. It's a 5 and a 4, and we lose it all again. 5, 4, 9. All right, so we have hit 2,000, 3,000, 400 bucks. So we're basically down 1,600 here. It's gonna be tough to roll back here. I think I have time for one. That was such a fast shot. We can do one more. We can do one more shot. Let's do it. Let's reset the whole thing. We'll do it again. And the world's safest play, which is a don't pass, is getting absolutely thumped over here, which is great. Here we go. Dice are out. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. Come on. Get your bets in. There we go. Crapsy's not very responsive this morning. That's going to be an 8. 4, 4. 8 the hard way. All right. We'll finish this point out, and then I'll go to work. So we're not going to certainly get our goal. Let's just try and get healthy here. Again, lay bets are going to be off during the roll. Get your bets in. Here we go. 5, 3, 8. Oh my gracious! We have made every point. Am I? I think we're close to it, right? It's a 5, 3, 8. We hit the point of 4 twice. The 9 once. The 8 once. Did I have a 5? I think I might hit a 5 too, as a point. That's pretty good rolling here. We're gonna lose this, but I gotta go to work. I can't finish this out this morning, unfortunately. We're gonna leave you with a point being made, but the shooter unresolved because I do have to stop. So that's a bummer that we got a late start on this thing, and again we're down half our money. We're down. We had 2,000. We're down 2K minus this up here. So we have work to do. I'm gonna call this one a loss because we're gonna have to leave here. And tomorrow, see if we can't make our 500 bucks on the world's safest strategy. Don't pass. Right? Today, 0 wins on the don't pass. I don't think we took 1 dime off that don't pass today, which is not normal. Again, it's a variant. Find variants all the time. This variant didn't work for us today. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Yeah, it should be light side, but again, I'm not going to switch. Right? This is one of those things where, as I'm playing it out, I'm like, this is the strategy we're going to do, and I want to see if this strategy on its own merits can make us 500 bucks. That's the whole point, right? The whole point let's go back over here again. The entire point of the daily paycheck is to see if a strategy on its own with 5,000 bucks can make 500. Can I just make 10% and roll into a casino with 5K and pretty much on the regular make my $500. That's what I want to know. And we've tried a bunch of them. Sometimes it's been easy. Some days it's been really, really hard. With 5,000 bucks, that will battle back. There's plenty of time for it to come back and let the 7s kind of rise up again and do its thing. And the parlay sequence that we do will get it there. But you're going to look at this. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 points made today, plus to come out 7, plus to come out 11. And I laddered too much early on. So it's a learning lesson. But again, out of time, so I can't really finish it up. So there it is, goes. There it is. Where's my, yeah, right? Where's my 7? Where's my 7? Not today. I can roll the dice sometimes. All right, let's go. I got to get to work. Thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for being back. Thanks for being back. It's scary for me to be gone for a week and go, oh my God, am I going to come back and have anybody watching my show next week? Y'all came back and you're awesome. So there you go. You guys are awesome. You're rock stars, and I got to go to work, but I will see you again tonight, most likely, tomorrow morning, maybe even twice tonight. And then tomorrow morning for sure. And then, yeah, let's get back into the rhythm, guys. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless y'all. Bye.